So hello guys, this is Edgaras from spokenlithuanian.com, and today we have a new lesson. There has been quite a gap between my previous lesson and this one. I've been a little bit preoccupied with some other projects, which I will be telling you in the future about. But now we're back. I'm back to teaching Lithuanian language to you guys. And today we have a lesson about alphabet, which is called abėcėlė in Lithuanian language. So basically, a lot of you have been asking for me about this lesson, for me to explain the letters, how we pronounce them, where we use them, any specific sounds in Lithuanian language. So this is what we're going to talk about today. This is our topic for today. I think it's going to be a bit longer lesson than usual. So if you want a little bit more, if you want more words, more phrases, I don't know if you heard me offering you this, but I've created this free ebook that you can find, not ebook, but PDF book that you can find in the description. So just press on the link. It's completely free. My gift to you. Learn the words, learn the phrases. And let's work with our alphabet for today, with our abėcėlė alphabet. Okay, so let's start with letter A, which is in English language, which is basically just A. And we use it in a case, for example, as atsiprašau. Atsiprašau. That means sorry. That means I am sorry. The ending O, that means that I am the one that's sorry. Aš atsiprašau. Because if we had any other person, for example, you, tu atsiprašai. Different ending, right? Yeah, but atsiprašau. We will get to the O sound, okay? But basically, it's just this simple like bus. Atsiprašau. Okay? It's a very different sound to the A of English language. For example, other words are ačiū. Ačiū, it can be a little bit longer, but we'll get to the longer ones, like atsiprašau, ačiū, thanks, and the name Anthony, that would be Antanas, not Eintanas, right? Not Eintanas, Antanas, like Antanas. Okay, let's go. Like now we have the A nasal. We have this like a little thingy on the letter. It's called nasal letter, and you pronounce it more like a father. You see, like it's similar to father in English language. It's like a longer A, right? Like ąžuolas, oak tree, or we often use it in the endings of the words of the nouns in a different case, right? I see, for example, namas, it's the first case, like what? A house. But I see a house, I'm using a different case in Lithuanian language, and then I have nama. I have a different case, nama. That would be the accusative case, nama. I see what? Nama. I will be making a lesson about cases soon enough, but right now, just remember that in some cases we have the A, specifically nasal A at the ending, house, nama. But in this case, oak tree, we have ąžuolas in the beginning, a longer A basically. Now, B is a kind of similar to English B, that's like bananas, right? I'm not even translating banana, right? Because, well, you should be able to understand that on your own. Shoe, that would be batas, shoe. So bananas, batas. And a beaver would be bebras. We have two B, like we have letter E sandwiched. But as you see, it's not like bebras, not like beaver, but bebras. We'll come to E soon enough. Bebras. Now C, an important thing to remember here is that it's never as a cup, for example, right? It's like tss, like T and S together. Tss, c. Like, for example, lemon would be citrina. Citrina. You can always like see the saliva shooting out when you say this letter, right? Citrina. It's very like explosive letter, right? It's not like K. It's citrina. Citrina, right? Citrina. Okay? Like cukrus. I even wrote the cukrus. Cukrus, the we will get to this sound later on, but like cukrus, sugar, right? Cukrus. In the middle, like actas. It's still very sharp sound. Actas, vinegar, right? Actas. Well, it's like TS. It's like you're drumming a little bit. Actas. Okay, so now we have the ch sound. Ch. It's like you see like TH. It's kind of similar to TH, right? For example, but CH sometimes can be like k sound in English language, but it's like snakas, like check please. So that would be the sound snakas. Even the E here is like check, similar sounding, right? Chesnakas, garlic, or achu, the word that you already know, right? Achu, thank you. Chesnakas, achu, chesnakas, achu. Okay. Now we have the D sound. The D, it's like D, very similar. Diena, day. Diena, day. Duona, bread. Duona, padaryti, to do, right? Now you will see that when we have this little thingy here, when we have the I, it's called like a softener, and we will come to this. When you watch this lesson for the second time, you will see some of the things, ahead, because you already know what the softener is. So then you will be able to easily understand how to pronounce Diana. Yeah, but that's why I suggest you watch it more than once, this lesson. But yeah, softener, it changes the sound a little bit, like Diana. Like this is like Duana, Duana. It's like harder, and this is Diana, a bit softer. D, not D, but D. Okay, Diena, Duona, padaryti. Okay, so now we have the E, okay, which is E in English language, but it's a simple a. It's like similar to EA. If you added EA, that would be very similar to a sound that you would be getting, like Europa. Europa. We have the EU sound. Pedalas, not pedalas. Like even here we have pedal, right? So it's more like we're not saying pedal here. We're saying pedal. And therefore in Lithuanian it's the same, like pedalas. And even my name over here, Edgaras. I'm not Edgaras, right? I'm Edgaras, like Edgar. So this is the version of E that we have in Lithuanian language. It's like a. And we even have the nasal a, which is even longer. And over here, we're even using a different case, right? Well, it's already the same case that we used before, like accusative, žolė. I see what? I see žolė, žemė. So it depends on what kind of word you have. You get a different ending. Well, in this case, žolė and žemė, it's a feminine nouns. Those are feminine nouns. That's why we have this ending. And before when I said nama, house, I see a house. That was the masculine. Therefore, that's why we had a ending, right? But we will still, in the future, I will be explaining cases to you, and it will be easier to understand. But just for now, that know that in some instances, and usually at the ending, we will have some instances in the middle, but it's usually in the ending that we have this nasal e. Žolę, žemę. Žolę, a grass, I see, and I see a land. Aš matau žemę, žemę. Okay. Now we have a very weird sound e in Lithuanian language. E. Now we have like a chair that would be kėdė, right? Kėdė. We have gėlė, flower, kėdė, gėlė. It's like, try to look at me saying, like, if we have a simple a, it's like a. Now it's a nasal a, like gėlė. I'm just extending a. And this is like e. It's like a, the beginning of the a, but I'm extending. I'm not going into the I sound. I'm just extending the a, right? A, kėdė, gėlė, kėdė, gėlė. A chair, a flower, kėdė, gėlė. Okay. Kepurė. The sound e, the letter e, tells us that it's a feminine noun. That's why we have this ending in the first case. Kėdė, gėlė, kepurė. Kėdė, gėlė, kepurė. It's very weird sometimes when we speak, especially when we say kėdė ir gėlė. The first e, it kind of assimilates, and it almost becomes like a simple e, like I'm saying kėdė, but it's kėdė, gėlė, right? But when we're talking fast, you sometimes may hear the difference between this one and that one, because at the ending we pronounce it it's more pronounced basically. But over here, it's like kėdė, gėlė, gė. It's like yeah, almost like gėlė, but it should be gėlė. Especially if you're saying it slower. Okay? F. Like fotoaparatas, or that would be camera, or film, or phenomenon, right? The thing over here is that usually, not always, but often, when you have an American, English, word with PH, like phenomenon, that would be an F in Lithuanian language. Yeah, so whenever you say the word, the sound F, like phenomenon, like phoenix, right? Phoenix, that would be F in Lithuanian language, right? Fotoapparatus, that would be photo apparatus, yeah, fotoapparatus, or filmas, film, phenomenon, okay. G, that would be G in English language, but it's actually G in Lithuanian, G, like good. You're not saying Jude, a good movie, right? You're saying a good movie, and that's the one we're looking for over here. Like gyvenimas, not gyvenimas, gyvenimas, life, gyvenimas, or gražus, if it's masculine, and graži if it's feminine. Graži, beautiful, right? Now we have H, and it's not very often used sound. We have the words with H, but we don't pronounce it as H. We say r, like herbas. I'm like, I'm growling at you. Herbas. And I wouldn't focus a lot on this letter, because it is used like herbas. That would be like an emblem of a state. Herbas. But it's usually more used in ch especially if we have international words. We will look at that. But yeah, the H would be like not. It's not. It's more like I'm doing this from my throat, not just at the top of my tongue. You know, it sounds like a snake. It's more like a beaver of some sort. Okay, like herbas. Now we have the I, which is nothing like I in Lithuanian. Okay, it's I. And we even call it itrumpoji because it's the shorter I. We have the longer I, but it's like turėti. It's all the endings of the infinitive, right? Turėti, to have, turėti, valgyti, to eat, žaisti, to play. I. Like imti būtų to take, imti, to take. Or grab, imti. Mintis. You see, it's very short sound. Mintis, a thought. But it's also used as a softener. And after we finish all the letters, I will come back to the specific sounds and we will talk about it as a softener. But basically the idea is that if you have a consonant, and then you have a vowel after that. So sometimes in between of those two, I will go. This I will go to soften the consonant that goes before the vowel. Okay, we will see that in the future. I will show you in this lesson today. Now we have the nasal E. So for example, įrankis, and at the same time, with some masculine nouns, when we have that accusative case, we have it at the ending. I see a tool, įrankį. Give me what? Accusative case, įrankį. Give me this tool, įrankį. Duok man įrankį. That would also be the ending E with nasal E, right? When we have a different case. We will learn that as well in the future. Now, Y, we have the Y in English, but it's I ilgoji, the longer, ilgoji, the longer one, I ilgoji. So pyragas, for example, pie, mylėti, to love. Remember the word a thought, for example, mintis. It's not. I'm not saying mylėti. I'm saying mylėti. It's I. Longer, mylėti, pyragas. I'm not saying pyragas, pyragas. I'm saying pyragas, right? You don't have to like pronounce it for a very long time. It's like it's already like pyragas. It can be short, but it's still like this pyragas, not pyragas. Like mylėti, to love. Now J. And J is never as job in Lithuanian language is as a yacht, for example. It's like yacht, yeah, like yes, okay, like yes word. So like jūra, not jūra, see, jūra, like yes, jūra. Remember, like yes, basically the sound. Like yes, he. Yes, not just. Yes, he, yes. Yeah, she, yeah. Use, plural, you plural, because you singular would be to, plural, the formal version or plural is use. J, not juice, that would be juice, like drinking juice, but use, okay? Now we have the K or ke in Lithuanian language. Like code, that would be kodas, this kind of K. Actor, where we have the C letter over here, right? We have the K. Actorus, kodas, actorus, kodas, code, actor, actorus. By the way, that's a male, actorus. Actorė, so with the A, that would be a female actress. Okay, kodas, actorus. Now we have the L. And with L, it's a bit interesting because at this point, I have to a little bit explain to you more about the softener that we have here. Because as you see here, lietus, we have the I sandwiched between the L and the E, right? And listen to me pronouncing these two words, because this is bed and this is rain. So rain would be lietus, lietus. But bed would be lova, lova. Lietus, lova. Lietus, lova. You see the difference? The L here is much softer than here, because I'm not saying lietus, lietus. I'm saying lietus. It's a bit higher. My tongue is going higher. And when I'm saying lova, right? Lova, it's a bit lower over here. The sound at the bottom part of my mouth is starting. Lova. If the softener was here, I would say lova, but it's not the word. It's lova. Lietus, that would be lova, but it's not lova. It's lova, like love. So if you don't have the softener, it's kind of similar to English L, like lova. But if you have the softener, it's like lova, right? Lietus, okay? Lietus. So you will get used to it, don't worry. And by the way, Lietuva, that's how we get our name, Lietuva. It's the country of rain, sadly. Not so much rain. I mean, I don't know if there's more rain in England, or in UK or here. I would say probably similar amount, not always rain. But yeah, that's why we get our name, Lietuva, Lietus, Lietuva, Lithuania. Now we have the M, mama, mother, mama, mintis, thought that we had, right? Mama, mother, mintis, mama. I read somewhere that mama, basically, almost in all countries in the world, the word mother starts with a letter M. For some reason, it's like a common thing, probably because it's easier for a kid to say this sound. Yeah, but mama, mother. N, for example, namas, house. Or norėti, to want, mintis, vėlgi a thought, mintis. Namas, house, norėti, to want, mintis, a thought. Oh, like opera or bosses. It's like very like opera, bosses. Opera, bosses. Opera, that would be in English, and boss. So basically just a little bit probably shorter, we say it in Lithuanian language, but very similarly. Opera. You can see already over here because it's an international word, right? In English, I say opera. It's like this. It's like I have a potato in my mouth, okay? But in Lithuania, I'm saying opera. It's kind of a more Latin. We pronounce it the way it is written, right? There's no particular pronunciation rules over here, okay? So opera, it bosses. P, that would be pilis, like a castle, like Patras. Patras is a Lithuanian version of Peter. Appetitas, like appetite, okay? Pilis, Patras, appetitas. Pilis, Patras, appetitas. We have the R, like, no doubt, here we have a difference. Because in English language, R is like this R. I'm really twisting my tongue over here, right? R. It's almost as if I'm not saying the R sound, right? I'm more like a twisting my tongue and like I'm doing this R, like a pirate. But Lithuanian R is different. It's more in your face. It's more in the front of your mouth. You're saying like radaras, radaras, radaras. Rr. I can even say rr. I can't say r with English r because it's not continuous sound. Lithuanian r can be continuous, like rr, radaras, radaras, or ratas, ratas, wheel, or artritas, arthritis, arthritis, right? it's very pronounced, it's very there, it's very present. R, like r, r, you're doing this, okay? S, we have saule, 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 sun, or viscous, viscous, everything. Viscous, everything, viscous. It's very similar to sun sound. I would say it's kind of similar. But now we have the letter sh, sh, and that is basically like I would say similar to che, but che has this t, and sh, it's like you're saying sh, okay? Shaka, that would be a branch. Shaka. You're saying shua, shua, a dog, right? You're shushing somebody. It's like shushing, sh, right? Shaka, branch, shua, 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 dog. Now we have the T. T would be like father. That would be tėtis or tėvas. It's more like tėtis is a bit friendlier, a bit nicer. Tėtis, a father, tėtis. Tu, you. That's a singular, informal you. Tu. Now we have the that would be like universitetas, not universitetas, like universitetas. Utena, that's a city in Lithuania. Utena. Kartu, that would be together. Kartu. It's not like a bus sound, like bus. Karta. No, kartu. Utena. Universitetas. And it's not you either. So it's a different kind of sound from the versions that we have in English language. Now we have the nasal a nasal u. That would be like mūsų, our, or jūsų, your, plural. So sometimes when we have this possessive thing, we have this ending u, and in some other cases, but usually I would say like probably 80% of cases when you have the nasal vowel, it's usually in the ending. Not necessarily. There are some different situations and more difficult words where you would use nasal in the. It would be also in the part of the ending, but still, remember that usually in the ending we have the nasal one, or in the beginning if it's a specific kind of word. But those are exceptions. And then we have the longer you, u ilgoji, like we have the shorter I and the longer I trumpoji, I ilgoji. Then we have the u trumpoji, the shorter one, and the u ilgoji, the longer u, the longer u. U ilgoji. Like ačiū, mūsų, our, kūnas, body. I'm not saying kunas, I'm saying kūnas. Kūnas, body. And remember that the only word in Lithuanian language, I think it's the only one, it's exception, that has the u. It's not the nasal u at the ending, but u, this longer, ilgoji, u, it's the word ačiū. A very beautiful word to be an exceptional one in Lithuanian language, right? U, ačiū. We have V. It's like vyras. It's like Vesuvius, the mountain, right? Vesuvius. Vyras, man or a husband. It's the same thing, right? The same word, man or husband. It could be both. Vyras. Yeah, it's not W, right? We don't have W in Lithuanian language. Like vaikas, the front teeth are touching the lower lip. Vaikas, child. Vakaras, vakaras. Evening, vakaras. Vaikas, child, vakaras. Evening, vyras, man, husband. Once again, vyras, vaikas, vakaras. Vyras, vaikas, vakaras. It doesn't have to be as pronounced as I'm saying it right now. I'm saying vyras, vaikas, vakaras. We don't talk like that. It's vyras, vaikas, vakaras. Vyras, vaikas, vakaras. It's a little bit less pronounced, but it's still like the lips are touching the upper teeth. Now we have the Z, like zebras or zile. I even had to look up what that is in how you say that in English language. It's actually a little bird that's very common in Lithuania. It's a titmouse. Look it up. It's a very nice little birdie. So we have zile, you see? It's not zile. It's not zile. It's not trumpoi. It's not the shorter I. It's zile. Zebras. It's not zebra like in English. Basically, you can see that this letter in Lithuanian takes a place of E in English language, because you would be saying here zebra as I'm saying here zile. But this is not zebra in Lithuanian language, it's zebras. 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 Like check. Zebras. But this is zile, okay? Titmouse. Very nice bird. Ž. It's like žodis, not z. Z is something that a bee or a hornet would do, or a fly. But it's like žodis, a word. Or žiema. You see the softener here. It's not žiema. It's žiema. It makes it a bit softer. And then žodis. Žie, it's almost on the upper part of my mouth. Žodis on the lower part, because there's no softener. Žodis, žiema, right? If all of this sounds difficult, don't worry. I mean, you will get used to it. And as I always tell you in every lesson, we Lithuanians are very forgiving when it comes to pronunciation, mistakes or whatever. We're just happy that you're learning our language and you're talking. So do that. And now a little bit about some weird sounds or that may not be familiar to you. So I as a softener. So for example, skanus would be tasty. That's an adjective. But if I want to say how tasty, make it into an adverb, I would say skaniai, right? Skaniai. Because if I don't have the softener over here, I would be saying skanai, but it's not the word. It's skaniai. It softens the N. It's not n, it's nye. It's like new. I can say I know, which is a lower N. You see, not as soft. Or I can say I knew, which is a bit softer on the upper part of my mouth. So this is what the softener does to the letter, okay? To the letter before it. For example, sriuba, soup. I'm not saying suruba. I'm saying sriuba. It's a bit softer. It's like almost you can smile saying that, right? Sriuba. Or I can say liūtas, lion. You can even hear the difference between when I'm saying lion and liūtas. Even in my mouth, I'm saying liūtas, lion. The lion L is on the lower part. Lion, and this is liūtas. I'm going higher. Liūtas. I'm pushing my tongue to the upper part of my mouth. Now we have the sound I. Like for example, vaikai, or žinai, žinai, or žaislai, toys. It's usually when we have a masculine noun. This is the ending. Žaislai, vaikai. I is ending for the plural. Now we have the dž, and it's pronounced like dž, 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 like joktis, to be happy, joktis, like jokesmas is like a joy, happiness. Well, it's very similar, by the way, to joy. Joy, this is how you would say it, like J. Now this is the J, this is the Lithuanian J, right? Because Lithuanian J is actually yot, like yes, yeah. That's the J, like a yacht, like a yes. But this is the J that you need, the joy. Joktis, to be happy or to be joyful, right? Joktis. Or žodis, for example, sometimes it assimilates and it changes the sound. For example, one word is like žodis. But if we have multiple, we have the plural, we say not žodai, but žodžiai, right? This is the, well, it's in the future lessons because it's a little bit more difficult than that. For now, let's stick to the sounds, right? Žodžiai, that would be words. Now we have ch, and in Lithuanian, it's usually on the international words. But for example, in English, you're not saying character, you're saying character. It's almost like k. It has that explosiveness to it. In Lithuanian, it's like you're just exhaling breath, right? Charakteris. It's not like herb, like it's not like herbas, like an emblem, right? It's charakteris, not charakteris. Charakteris. Or chaosas, like chaos. Chaos. See, usually on the international words. Now the au is like šaukti, to shout, šaukt. Very similar word, by the way, right? Šaukti, shout. Džiaugsmas, the one we had here. Džiaugsmas. By the way, you see the softener over there? It's not, I'm not saying džiaugsmas, like šaukti. It's not džiaugsmas, it's džiaugsmas. It's a bit softer. A džiaugsmas. I'm working with my upper part of my mouth. Džiaugsmas, joy. Okay? Džiaugsmas. Then we have the a, like veikti, to act or to do. I mean, to act, not to act in a play, for example, or a movie, but to act, like to do some action. Veikti, to act, to do. Or eiti, to go, to walk. Eiti, to go, to walk. Ui. We have like draugui. We have a different case over here. It's like for whom, draugui, come, for whom, for a friend, darbui, for work. Broliui. By the way, over here you can see the softener. It's not brolui, it's not brolui, it's broliui. It softens. Broliui, for a brother. Right? Ia. It's we have the last one over here. Ia, and this is like they. Pienas, milk, like ia. Pienas, they, pienas, milk. And the last one, as well, I forgot, we have the sound ua. Like, for example, šuo, a dog, right? Or nuo, from, away from, nuo. Or uodega, tail, a tail, uodega. For example, a tail of a dog would be šuns uodega, šuns, because this is a different case, right? Šuo uodega, šuns uodega, tail. Okay, so, I mean, we have other sounds in Lithuanian, but I've chosen the ones that, are more common, and I will reiterate these in the future lessons. We will definitely I will try to emphasize pronunciation. I will try to make different pronunciation lessons. Yeah, so that's the alphabet for you, abecedele for you, right? Alphabet. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, as always, write me in the comments. Just tell me all of the problems that you're encountering when you're trying to learn Lithuanian language. I will try to address all of them. I will try to work with all of them. And yeah, I have, as I said, I have this free audio and PDF book that I've created, 117 Lithuanian language phrases, most common phrases. Those are everyday phrases. If you want to download it, just you will find the link in the description. You will join my email newsletter and you will get it for free. That's my gift to you. And as I said, yeah, you have any suggestions, write me about them, and I will see you in the future lessons.